Well, yep, this happened. Today we're crossing into Canada, about an hour and a half away. I need to stop and get fuel. It's been a great place to stay for the night. Just one other guy who was here and he already left. Things that are done: I have the COVID vaccine done back in March and April. I had a negative COVID PCR test done yesterday. I have my passport, it's up to date. Had to get that renewed last year. I have my dog's rabies vaccine information. I've done the ArriveCan app. I think I got everything. Let's just roll. Okay, maybe not everything. I gotta get the dog in the truck still. Up, 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 up. Okay, now we got everything. So today's drive is to get across the border for a total of 302 miles or something like that, to a campground in Saskatchewan, Canada. Davidson, I think it's the name of the town. Might be another town park, kind of probably similar to this one. The last fuels before I get to Canada. 90 bucks. Let's talk about today's drive. Still in the Great Plains, right? It starts in Texas, goes all the way through middle of the US, all the way up into Canada. So this is very flat. Lots of wheat fields. Top 4 wheat producing countries: Russia, of course. Number 4 is France. But Russia does twice as much in France. And in between number 2 and number 3 is Canada and US in that order. I knew that before I saw it. I'd seen it. It's a lot of wheat fields. Alright, so I'm in Portal, North Dakota. I can see the border. It's 10:30. I hope to get here 30 minutes ago, but it is what it is. But now I'm stuck waiting. Half hour in, still got ways to go before I get there. A bunch of traffic back that way. There's at least 2 RVs behind me, and it looks like there's 2 up there at the checkpoint. It looks like we're all funneling, both the rigs, the semi-trucks, RVers, passenger cars. Look like we're all just going through one line. Alright, so back there is the, I guess you call it the US border for this side. But I'm through, I'm in Canada. I had to show on my phone the results of my PCR test. He saw I had the COVID vaccine card, and he looked at my passport, asked a bunch of questions. That was pretty much it. Took about maybe total 5 minutes at best, maybe 3 minutes. But it took an hour and a half to get to this side of that line. And the southbound, though, to get across the US border, there's no lines. I did forget one thing, though. The truck is set up in US units. I've got to push a couple buttons to convert this to kilometers per hour, because all my displays are in miles per hour. You know, the US really needs to get on this metric system. So, an interesting problem. I shifted to the metric system, but I mean, I'm doing 100 kilometers per hour, right? There's my fuel performance, my fuel range in kilometers, but tire pressure, yeah, that's, what? I was ready for kilometers per hour, but not tire pressure being 500 something units. One other thing I forgot to consider: temperature. It's not Celsius, not Fahrenheit. goodness gracious. America, get on metric already. When I shifted my truck over to metric units, the fuel gauge changed. It now shows 3 of these circles that show how much fuel's in the tanks instead of, you know, half, quarter, 3/4, that kind of stuff. When I was 1 vehicle short of the checkpoint, it occurred to me that I meant to get all my paperwork ready in case they needed for insurance, vehicle registration, stuff like that. So I was a little bit panicky trying to get all this stuff ready. Turns out I didn't ask for any of that stuff. Sweating bullets for no good reason.
Something sound that vistas missing views are all around. It's really the only truth. The daring moment is a dance through sound. A moving motion merges us with the city lounges and the languid air. Hearts conversations only we can share.
So today's drive got from Carpio, North Dakota, across the border into Canada to Davidson Town Campground, about 300 miles. $25 electric. There's water fill-ups at the entrance and sewer as well. Looks like maybe some outhouses, shower houses. $25. And it's on our pay system as well. Dropbox. There's your information. And if you just need to swing by, take care of things and keep on your way. Firewood for the campers. I'm sure it costs a couple bucks. Let's see, temperature, according to my TPMS, on my sensors on my tires. I'm about 35 degrees cooler today than I was yesterday. And of course, every time I stopped for any length of time, that also meant that the pressure in the tires, as the tire cooled, kept setting off my low pressure alarms. You gotta love the original settlers and pioneers that came across parts of the world and the names they come up with. So nearby is the town of Moose Jaw. Can't make that stuff up. However, I did see another sign that was even better. It was one of those big information signs with an arrow telling which way to go. In the town, one word, find later. The town's find later. It's such a unique sign that I almost turned around to go check it out and get the video evidence that the place is called find later. But I decided, nah, I'll find out later. What?